What up, y'all? It's Coffee back at it, man. And two legends sat down with Stephen A. Some might say that's three legends sitting down. It depends if you consider Stephen A. Smith a legend of his craft or someone who just talks a lot of ish and faked a college basketball career. That's up to you. Let me know below in the comments. Make sure to sub, hit the buttons. But Dre and Snoop, we've been waiting on this project they got dropping. Instead, we got gin and juice at the corner store in a can. Y'all drank it? Is it good? I don't know. Let me know if you have. But for real, they got an album on the way, and I can't wait. But they had a very interesting convo.
Get back to musicianship, get back to making quality music, get back to having a whole body of work, and get back to having a project that visually connects to the Sonics.
Yeah, I think that right now, the artists and producers are using all the same software and all the same technology, which is why all of the music sounds the same. I think that all of the music that has come out over the last 5, maybe even 10 years are using the same drums. The 808, the rolling 808 drum. All of these artists are using the same exact drum beats, right? Which is a little bit of a cheat, in my opinion. So I'm waiting for musicianship to come back, artists that are actually like really playing and not depending on the computers. I want to hear what the next level of hip hop is going to be and where it's going to go.
How did it get to the point where the artists were depending on the instruments, the equipment, as opposed to their natural gifts or what have you? When did that happen?
Well, it started happening because of computers and the internet. And this software made it easy. You can just go and download a beat and rap over it and make a fucking hit record. You know what I mean? But now I think it's getting ready to turn back into real musicianship and people that are really studying music, getting in the studio and really getting down like that. So,
And the reason why I say that he's right for that, because most of these hit records are based off of a sample. You're taking somebody's music that was a hit and you redoing it. You either
we were
fucking
doing
it up,
that too.
right? But now they fucking it up. It ain't like they making it better. Like, we complimented the sample that we use. If we took a sample from somebody, we didn't make your record depreciate. We actually made it appreciate because you made more money because you had more eyes on it, and now it has a different sound, a texture to it that you probably that didn't exist at that time.
And people in the business they're going to be receptive to it because you're going to show them you don't have to do what you've been doing in order to succeed. I imagine that's your goal.
Yeah, absolutely. I wanna hear where it's gonna go next, and hopefully, it's like guys or girls that study and actually are playing. That's where I wanted to go.
So very intriguing clips there, man. You guys heard what Dre was talking about and Snoop about this generation, right? Some might say, you old ass motherfucker, sit your old ass down, right? Like we used to look at our parents when we were younger, right? Like, back in my day, this and that, you know what I mean? But more and more as we gracefully age into our years and whatnot, right? Find ourselves saying things that sound cliche or whatever the case may be. But for real, man, it's an intriguing point that I've thought about a lot, right? Like when you heard Dre talking about, everyone's using the same drums. They're downloading these programs. It's kind of like they're cheating. Like, right? What is it? Fruity Loops or whatever, Pro Tools. I don't even know what the newest trending one is now. If someone does, please fill me in the comments. But it's interesting, right? Like he said, it's all in everyone using the same software. It's all the same bullish. And when they were saying like, why, like what caused this, right? At the end of the day, the blogosphere changed the game. It changed everything. It changed the way we communicate. It changed the way we get our news, the way information spreads and all that, right? And it let people in. Pause. Now, what I mean by that is, okay, in the music industry before, right? Like, let's just say Eminem, right? As we know, Dre signed him. Discovered him, yes, no, kind of, you know what I'm saying? Someone brought a tape to him and he was like, oh shit, this white boy's nice, right? But check it out, like prior to that, like in that era, Eminem was going to New York, going to Jersey, tapping in with the Outsiders, rapping with them, going to the Rap Olympics, going all over the place, right? Just like actors all moving to Hollywood or the West Coast trying to get in the game and, being a waiter or bartender or something so they can get their foot in the door, meet the right people, get the headshots and all that, you know? Like, and there was politics to it. If you weren't with the right label or that you sounded like someone else, you might get shelved. You know, like there was more to it. There was a lot of red tape. Where now with the blogosphere, right? Anyone can record a video on their iPhone. Anyone can download some software and make a beat. I'm not saying there's absolutely no talent to it or anything, right? Like, hang tight, follow me for a second on this one. Anyone can do it. Like, just like me, I can just pick up this device, talk into it, and I'm a news reporter. You know what I mean? Not that like my numbers suggest I'm having massive success or anything, but the point is you can get your foot in the door. You don't need to wait on nothing. You just do it. It could work for you. It might not. You might need to rebrand, do different things, shuffle ish around or whatever. But the point that I'm getting at is with that, it's over flooded, oversaturated. You know what I'm saying? Where in the music game before, someone had to put you on. Now, like, people will argue, well, that's better for the artist. And at the end of the day, it is that someone can just independently get on and take their talents to the blogosphere. And maybe, you know, if they strategically can get some eyes on what they're doing and go viral, which now, like, the TikTok thing is working out for a lot of people with music. Like, it can just happen like that, right? But now it's so oversaturated where there's a million people trying to do ish. A lot of people are doing stuff the same way as other people, and it's just kind of like, it's good for the artist, but in a sense, bad for music itself, if you feel me on that. Comment if y'all follow on what I'm saying. And you heard him talking about, as I mentioned, Eminem. He hopes that, like, the next cats that really get on, who aren't ruining samples. That was interesting as well. Like, because Dre was like, oh, wait, hold on, Snoop. We was doing that too. And Snoop said, nah, but they're flucking it up now. People are flucking up. There's taking a sample, because I've always appreciated sampling in music if it's done correctly, or even covers, you know what I mean? But like, he was like, these motherfuckers now are depreciating the value of a song because they're shitting on it, where in our day we were appreciating it because we would flip it into a dope track. They would work out a payment to clear the sample, and then it would bring more eyes back to the original song with the newer generation. I mean, listen, Diddy sitting here charged with all this wicketry and stuff like that, but we got to give him his props with the samples. He was a genius. Like, and even with that, he had a team, the hit makers or whatever they were, Stevie J and them. Like, Diddy, just you go down the list from David Bowie tracks with the Been Around the World to the I'm Coming Out, Pause. With Mo Money, Mo Pro, like, he just, man, like, comment, y'all. Was Diddy that guy when it came to the samples? I mean, everyone does it. There's so many great samples out there. I'm just saying, Diddy had a nice run of putting out really successful, dope ass sample tracks in a row and making them top hits and everything like that. But more or less, you know, Snoop and Dre's like living legends, and they're like, everything's oversaturated now. And, you know, he said, I hope, you know, the ish is about to shift up and switch up, and someone that's doing something different is going to get on, you know, like they feel like there's a shift in the music world and things are about to change that way. I got to go listen to this full episode too. Comment on anyone out there if you did. It's on Stephen A's podcast. Let me know if you listened to it. I got to start listening to it, you know. And again, do you consider Stephen A. a legend at what he does, or is he just a buster that lied about a college basketball career? I don't know. You know, I want to know what y'all think. Is this two legends or three legends sitting down talking in their own right, but someone who studied the game? And that's something with Eminem, right? He's like, I want whoever it is to be someone who really studied up on their ish. And we know Eminem, whether you liked him or not, he studied hip hop. He loved hip hop. You know, people say they hear a lot of Master Ace in M's flow, or Trigger Tretch. You know, like, M studied everything down to the flow patterns and syllables and all that in the history of music. And I just thought that was interesting because a lot of the greats, you know, were because Eminem being the white dude in hip hop that was most successful, and I would say most respected overall by his peers in the rap game. like that is looked at as a real MC. People really seem to have a lot of love for MC Search, even though his career wasn't as prosperous. He helped bring us Nas, and he really loved hip hop. And where it is, he could freestyle too. He used to be in the hood freestyling and all that. Many of the greats, when they get asked that Eminem question, I've heard them and Dre himself speak of that like Eminem is a guy that really actually loves hip hop. He loves the art form. He loves the music. He loves the genre, and he was a student of it all. You know what I mean? Like you could teach a class in the history of hip hop just from him studying it. I'm not saying he's a student where he knows everything, but he really loved it for what it is. And it's a pure art form, and he respects it as that. So I just thought that was interesting, again, with Dre saying that, and that being said about Eminem so much, and the fact that he put Eminem on. So there y'all have it, man. I just thought that was a very interesting interview from what we saw. Again, I got to go listen to the whole thing. Everyone hit the comments below. Make sure to subscribe, hit them buttons. And I hope they talk about when the fuck this project is coming out, because I've been waiting for this for over a year. You know what I mean? Like, how long did we wait for Detox just to never get it? You know what I mean? Like, we had the Chronic, then we had 2001, which was lit. And we waited and waited for Detox. Reportedly, it was like almost done. Bishop Lamont was supposed to be all over it. Then it was scrapped and restarted. There was a leaked track that had Jay-Z on it. And it still never came out. Then we got that Compton album, which I'm not going to lie to y'all. Like, I didn't listen to that one like that. Should I go back and listen to it? Was that Compton album dope or what? Someone let me know. And then a GTA EP, which was outright, you know what I mean? But like, let's go, Dre and Snoop, like, hurry up, drop this thing already. You know what I mean? Anyone else out there been waiting as well? Like, I'm waiting on it, and we get the gin and juice cans at the store. I still ain't drank one, man. But that's going to do it for this one. Look forward to hearing from everyone in the comments. As always, this is Coffee, where we talk music, news, sports, and more. Hope to hear from y'all in the comments. And I'm gone.